And there's the document itself. Okay, I have it, and I'll leave you a copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting reading. But interestingly enough, it's called New World Vistas.
Air and space power for the 21st century.
Correct. Okay. And on page 89 of this report is an interesting chapter called Biological Processes.
What agency is that?
This is the United States Air Force.
Okay.
Okay. And in this chapter, and I'll give a synopsis, but you can leave it there for all your readers to look at. It's really interesting to see. It talks about utilizing RF frequencies in order to manipulate the biological processes in the human body, to cause pain, to cause discomfort, and incapacitate you. Not only do they talk about doing that, it talks about imprinting memory sets and erasing memory sets with RF technology. Okay, it's all in there, and you read it. So, but that was in 1994. In 1972 is another report put out by the United States Congress. And in this report,
Individual Rights and the Federal Role in Behavior Modification. Committee on the Judiciary, United States Senate, 93rd Congress, second session.
okay, and in here, back in 1972, on page 35, I highlighted, and again, because I usually have this up on the screen, but I have the areas highlighted that you'll want to pay attention to. Unfortunately, the less fortunate of society are always experimented on. They're used as guinea pigs, people in the mental health industries by design, and people who are incarcerated. Okay. This talks about how Vacaville Prison, how they were notorious for violating human rights issues, but they were experimenting on the prisoners, and they were already back in 1972 able to remotely read via telemetry your biological process, such as heart rate, temperature, respirations, all of those types of things. And on the next page after 35, it says, also using RF radio frequency to remotely read thoughts.
1972.
So now think about this. If all this is controlled by RF frequency, radio frequency transmissions, everything's a frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Your Wi-Fi is a frequency, a certain 2.4 gigahertz.
Or 5.
Yeah, but it can be 5. Yeah, well, it's not 5 yet though. It's 4.2. They haven't released it yet, although they market it as 5G. It's not. But they're going to 6G, 8G, and they're already at 10G. Okay, the Russians just did a study in the terahertz range to specifically target very focal areas in the human brain. They know that they can intercept it and hit the occipital lobe and give you visual stimulations that don't even exist. They can hit the temporal lobes, auditory stimulations. They can hit the frontal lobes and cause other effects. The bottom line is this technology has been around for quite some time.
Okay, so they can make me hallucinate.
Yes.
Let's say I see 10 people jumping on me.
Correct.
And I have to defend myself.
Correct.
And these are just 10 civilians standing on that bus stop.
Correct.
And I have to defend myself.
Correct. Do you know right now what's happening in Iran? Did you hear about the conversion to Christianity?
I don't believe it, but yes.
Well, that same weapon is being used there. They are having visualizations of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And they're hearing Jesus. You know what we did in Desert Storm, correct?
No, I don't.
You know why they were giving up in droves, laying down their weapons to the Americans? Because we were transmitting Allah's voice saying, give up your weapons.
Documented?
Yes, documented.
Why do those documents leak?
They get out how they get out. It's like I've obtained these documents because people bring it to my attention. I've interviewed soldiers who were there, and
it's not under the top secret brief.
no, this technology is real. Do you know what happened in Venezuela recently?
Mm-hmm.
You realize we used a network to utilize the drone technology that they're claiming was scanning the Nano in the soldiers. Then they said smart munitions, that the soldiers never missed, firing 300 times per minute, never missed one shot. And then used acoustic RF to incapacitate all those soldiers and drop them to their knees. It incapacitated the electronics, everything. They couldn't fire their guns, their weapons, nothing. They started bleeding from their ears, nose, mouth, eyes, every orifice.
How do you know that?
It's publicly released. All the soldiers have claimed this. They said they never want to fight the Americans ever again, that they were not human. Only 20 soldiers defeated 300 soldiers and 8 helicopters. That's all we went in with. And we captured Moderno and his wife.